Hello beauties, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing good. Thank you guys for coming back. My name is Cynthia. If you're watching me for the first time, you're welcome to the family. So in today's video, we're going to be making this jumpsuit. We're making use of 3 yards of fabric. This is chiffon fabric. So we'll go ahead and fold our fabric into two. My fabric is folded into two. It's folded into two. I will fold it again. Now I have my fabric folded into four. I used the hip measurement to cut out the fabric and I added about 7 to 8 inches to it. So I will explain everything to you guys as we move on. So I will go ahead and place the vertical measurement. So guys, as you can see, I've marked out the vertical lines, which I will explain to you guys. Because it's an off-shoulder jumpsuit, I'll be minusing 6 inches. Normally I'm supposed to minus 4 inches or 4.5 inches. I'll be adding bands to the upper part here, about 1.5 inches bands to the upper part. So that is why I'm minusing 6 inches. If you don't want to add bands to it, you can minus 4 inches or 5 inches, or it depends on what you want. And the length of the jumpsuit is 63 inches plus sewing allowance. So I still place my tape I sew and then cut out the length. This is the bust measurement here. This is 10.5 inches. I still minus the 6 inches. So this is 18 inches, the waistline plus sewing allowance. And this is the hip measurement, 24 inches plus sewing allowance. And this is the crotch measurement. To get the crotch measurement, you divide the hip by 4. The hip measurement I'm working with is 46 inches. 46 divided by 4 is 11.5 inches. Because the jumpsuit, I'll be adding 3 inches to it. 11.5 plus 3 inches is 14.5 inches. So right from the waistline here, I marked 14.5 inches. So this is 14.5 inches. That's the crotch line. So before we place the circumference measurement, I will be placing the crotch extension. If I'm making like normal trouser, I always add my thigh measurement divided by 2 here at the crotch line here. I have different ways of making my trouser or making jumpsuit. So to get the crotch extension, I'll divide the hip by 10. The hip is 46 inches divided by 10 is 4.6. So right on the edge here, I will mark 4.6. Right from the crotch line here, I will take it up 4.6. I will mark it all the way to the upper part. So this is my crotch extension. I will place all my measurements right from this line. So before I do that, I will make a curve here. I will go up by 3 inches. And use my French curve to curve it. You can curve it with hand. This line. I will place all the circumference measurements right from this line. So we go to the upper part now. I'll place the round shoulder measurement here. So to get the round shoulder measurement, you measure it like so. So the round measurement is 46 inches. I will divide it by 4 because I folded my fabric into 4. So 46 divided by 4 is 11.5 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 12.5 inches. So right from this line here, I will mark 12.5 inches. So I will place the bust measurement here. The bust measurement is 42 inches divided by 4 is 10.5 inches plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will add 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. 10.5 plus 2 inches, that's 12.5 inches. I will still mark 12.5 inches right from this line. The waist measurement is 36 inches, divided by 4 is 9 inches. I will add 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I will mark 11 inches here. I will go to the hip side. A quarter of the hip measurement is 11.5 inches plus 2 inches for sewing allowance and ease. So that's 13.5 inches. I'll mark 13.5 inches here. I will still mark 13.5 inches on the crotch line. Place the hip measurement here. So 13.5 inches. You can bring it all the way to the down if you want it very bogus. You will take it all the way to the down. If you want it a little bit not too big, you reduce it, and it depends on how wide you want the down part to be. So I will just first connect the lines before I go back to the down part. So I will connect it from the bust to the waistline, from the waist to the hip, I'll bring it down to the crotch line. So I will still go back to the upper part. I will impute the arm opening inches. I will go to this side and come down 2 inches from this side before I place the arm opening. Right from the round shoulder measurement, I will come down by 2 inches. So from that 2 inches, I will take my arm opening. I'll be marking 7 inches for the arm opening. Can go inside by ½ inch. So let's finish up the down part. I will make a little curve here. So I will curve it. I'll take it. I would like the wideness of the down part to be 13 inches. So on this side I just go inside here by 3 inches. Then mark 13 inches. I will connect this one to meet these 3 inches here. So I will bring this one down here to this line here. Remember I marked out 13 inches here. I will just shaping it a little bit. Bring it down to this line. So I have 13 inches here. So before I cut this side, I will mark 1 or ½ inches here, because I will be adding zip here. Remember, we'll be joining it at the front part and adding zip as well to the back side. I will mark 1 or ½ inches here. I will go ahead and cut it out. So we cut out the side here. This is the arm opening. So I will make a notch here and make a notch here. That's the arm opening. So I'll open it up. This is the front and this is the back. I'll go ahead and join them together. I will sew just here, from here to here, because I will be attaching my zip here. I will sew it from here to here, and I will leave this place unsewed. I will be attaching my zip here, and from the front part I will just sew it all the way from the upper part to the crotch line here side. So guys, I'm done joining them. I also hem the arm opening. I use 1 inch to hem it, the front and the back. Before I add the zip to the back side, I will join this side here. So I will lay the fabric against each other, right side facing each other. Remember, we came down 2 inches from the upper part before we impute the arm opening. So I will use 1 inch to stitch this side and use 1 inch to stitch this side. I will just join these 2 inches. After I've done that, I will attach the band to the upper part. I cut out 4 inches band. Folded into 2 is 2 inches. I'll be using this for the upper part. So the length is the round shoulder measurement. After stitching these 2 inches, I will attach this to the upper part. I will start from the back side. I will use 1/2 inch to stitch it round the neckline. Right side of the band is facing the wrong side of the jumpsuit. I will sew this round. I will turn it again, fold 1/2 inch inside, then use this 1/2 inch to cover up the first stitch and sew it round. So guys, I'm done attaching the band to it. So I stitch the side also. So what we are going to do next is to attach the zip to the back side. So this is the back panel. I stitched this side already. So I will fix my zip on this space here. I will take my zipper allowance. I will still follow the line here. Use 1 inch to fix it on this side and use 1 inch to fix it on the other side. After I've done that, I will use 1 inch to join the side. So this is my arm opening. I will start sewing it right from this place. I will do the same thing for this side. So guys, I'm done attaching the zip to the back side. I've also sewn the side. This is the zip. So what we are going to do next is to join the inseam. So I'll match the crotch together. Make sure the crotch here align together. I'll use 1 inch to sew it. I'll start sewing it right from here to the bottom, and then sew this side also, just from this crotch to the bottom. So you make sure you stitch this place very well. After I've done that, I will use 1 inch to hem the button of the jumpsuit. So guys, we are done with the jumpsuit. If you like, you can add pocket to the side. This is the bottom part. And turn it to the back. This is the back side. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you're here for the first time. I will see you guys in my next one. Love you. Bye.